Even though we're often well-meaning people, sometimes we become a lot more self-centered than we actually know. How many times do you walk out in the street and meet somebody that you haven't seen for a while, or talk to somebody on the phone, and you kind of say a cursory like, how are you doing? Kind of expecting them to say like, okay, I'm good, or whatever. And suppose they're not doing well. Are you invested enough in that person to ask them, well, what's going on? Do you have the time investment to take to sit and talk to them for a minute and really try to help? Or do you just really, in your heart of hearts, really want them to say, I'm good, so you can go along your merry way? I'm not lecturing, because I find myself doing that too. We tend to become very self-absorbed in our own stuff, and we don't adequately think about, helping others out. The problem is, a lot of times when we're wrapped up in our own things, whether they be major problems or minor ones, that we don't realize that helping others is really the way to help solve our own problems. When you suffer from depression, one of the things they tell you to do that's highly effective is to go get exercise. The problem with that is, when you're depressed, exercise is the last thing you feel like doing. Well, when you're wrapped up in your own problems and you're going through serious issues, or even if they're minor issues, the last thing you really want to do lots of times is ask somebody how they are. But I found that when I do that, I feel better about my own stuff. Many times when we're struggling, we try to make ourselves feel better with a lot of behaviors that are highly ineffective, whether it be through, the use of alcohol or drugs, or going out and spending a bunch of money on fancy new adult toys. And really, we're not happy anyway when all that is said and done. I found that the way I become happiness is going out and helping somebody else, even though that's sometimes the last thing I feel like doing. Plus, it makes other people feel good, and that's really what I'm trying to say here. The world isn't about us. I've said that before. We had a long talk about selfishness on one of these previous sessions. But really, help and service to other people is really where we want to be. And truth be told, that's when we're the happiest, when we're helping somebody else out. So if you really want a path to true happiness and a life that you're not going to regret later, instead of getting wrapped up in your own stuff and worrying about you all the time, try to look to see who you can help today. Make a phone call to that person might be struggling, or, next time somebody tells you they're not doing very good, don't look at your watch and see how quickly you can get out of there. Take some time and talk to them. I struggle with this too. There's lots of times that I'm not feeling right, or that something's going on with me and I don't really feel like asking somebody about themselves. As I give you guys advice, keep in mind, I don't have it all together either. This is advice I'm trying to take as well as give. But I know from the past, when I really feel lousy, the best thing I can do is go help somebody else. So again, that's step 4 of maximizing happiness, minimizing regret. That is taking an active interest in other people and service. So I will see you again next week with step 5 in our series, and thanks for tuning in.